Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the tavern.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a great holiday. I know we were gone for about a couple weeks here, so welcome back. And tonight, I'm excited. Rod, you and I have talked, known each other for a little bit, and we've talked in the past, and you guys are coming back to the PGA Show, but we're going to talk about that in a little bit. I want to get started, though, first of all, with you are in charge of Caddydaddy Golf and RevCore, the golf bags. Talk about that. What is Caddydaddy Golf and what is RevCore?
So, we've been around a little bit, guys. We started the business in 2002. RevCore has been like our latest, it's been our latest launch of a new product design. We kind of saw, some of these high-end golf bags that were out there on the market, the synthetic leather that's out there. And, whenever we see products that are doing pretty well, we are like, okay, we can do that. Let's see what kind of price points we can get. And let's see what kind of marketing we can get behind it. And let's see what we can produce. And let's see, how we can compare to other brands. And that's how RevCore started. We've been mainly an accessory company, a child bag company for 20 plus years. And most recently we got into the high-end premium golf bag segment.
Yeah. And I think, I'm more familiar with your travel bag, products, but, as, CEO, what's your biggest focus over the last couple of years now? Is it growth? Is it innovation, or is it tightening your core product line?
We're kind of old school in this business. So, a lot of our competitors in the high-end golf bag space are, they're pretty new. A lot of them been, 5-10 years, and, us being 23 years in, our focus has always been just to build better products at better prices. And that's always been, growth happens, from that. We don't really look to, okay, we're going to blow up this channel, we're going to blow up this category. It's not what we do. We just say, we look at a different product, whether it's travel bags, whether it's golf bags, whether it's gloves, and we say, okay, well, how can we make this a little bit better? We're late to the game as far as marketing goes, and we're just starting to go down that road as far as a manufacturer goes. So we're kind of doing things a little bit backwards as far as some of the other brands we're going against. But our number one goal is quality first, and then growth happens exponentially after that.
You said something there interesting.
As a little bit, hold on, Steve, 1 second. As a little bit of a follow-up, you've been in this, are you really late to the game when you've already been in the business for so long and people know who you are?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think, a lot of guys know who we are from the segment of a golf brand. As far as a travel bag business, we have a really nice reputation. But I think as far as the high-end golf bag market, especially with the younger generation, they're not quite sure who we are. So that's why we kind of did a little bit of a spin-off with the RevCore brand from Caddydaddy. And I think we're trying to reintroduce ourselves if that makes sense. And we've got a marketing team that's really pushing it to, as far as social media and stuff, because that just wasn't our focus first on. We've always been just about, let's make the best product the best price. That's from day one. That's what we've always tried to do.
And Rod, my question actually is going to piggyback. I was going to ask you a follow-up that then you just ended with the kind of the follow-up I was going for. Is one of the things that we've talked about on this show quite a bit is when people talk about growing the game of golf, and we think it's a lot of lip service. But one of the things that we think is holding back the game from growing is the idea of cost. And you're talking about making a great product at a better price. Can you talk about why that's important to you guys?
Yeah, we got into the really high-end synthetic leather golf bag game when we saw brands like Vessel and Ghost. I'll be quite honest with you, killing it with their $400 plus bags. And so we started looking into it because we've been manufacturing a lot longer than those guys. So we have the contacts. We know what materials look like. We know how to build things a little bit better than a lot of the newer brands. And I talked to my business partner and I said, let's look and see how are these guys killing it and what do these costs look like and can we do something a little bit better? And so a few years ago we did that. And our focus as a small company with a niche is always just to be like, let's give people, the masses a really solid product that lasts forever. And our best way to market stuff is word of mouth. And that's really what we've always focused on, and we've been successful. That's why we've been in business as long as we have. But more recently, we're like, okay, we're kind of, we're in our 50-something-year-old guys. And so we got to get a little hip. So we had to hire we've got a really cool marketing team internally now that has helped push us to the masses. But our main focus always been just, build a really solid product that people are going to brag to their buddies about, and something that they're going to be like, you paid what? And then you see our product and they're like, and is it better? Most of the times, yes.
So let me ask you this: cost and quality, from a brand perspective with Caddydaddy and RevCore, what separates you guys from just a very crowded golf market, as we all know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, anybody that thinks that this business is easy is wrong. To make it through all of the ups and downs that you have to deal with. It's very easy to knock off a product. It's very easy to find manufacturing that looks similar. What makes it very difficult is to be able to represent that product and to have the service behind it, and to go, listen, my bag's gonna outlast this bag by 2 years or a year or whatever it is, and then have the backing to stand behind it. You can find manufacturing wherever you want. As far as finding a product that's going to get built with the specifications and the materials that you want is different. And so what we've always kind of looked at is travel bags. Obviously, the airlines beat them up like crazy. So we've learned early on that plastic is not a material you want to use much, whether it be clips, whether it be hardware. So you look for things that are going to outlast the competition. And so when we got into the high-end golf bag segment with RevCore, we didn't understand how a lot of manufacturers were using clips, plastic clips that travel bags use for their shoulder straps. We also didn't understand why they're using, they're giving you one strap mechanism. We try to include things, and we try to make something where, it's a 5-year, 10-year bag that you're going to be proud of, or you're telling your buddies about, like, this is a bag that I bought for $300, and you can buy one for $500. That's not going to outlast us.
I have to tell you that I'm actually in the market for a new travel bag. We will talk at the show.
Yeah, we're all in the market for a new travel bag.
my travel bag is on its last days. Really quick, Fatty Wells. No, we have not. Send us a DM, please. Hey, so really quick before we continue here, tonight's episode is brought to you by. Whoops, what we brought to us?
Yep,
by?
You lost it.
Yep, wrong page. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Desert Fox Golf and their Phone Caddy, one of the simplest game changers that you can add to your bag. The Phone Caddy securely mounts the phone to your golf cart, giving you hands-free access to GPS, apps, scoring, music, and swing videos, all without fumbling around mid-round. And there's a bonus for college fans. Desert Fox Golf now is officially licensed NCAA designs, so you can rep your favorite school right on your cart. It's durable, easy to install, and built for golfers who want the convenience without the distraction. Go to desertfoxgolf.com and get yours, and check out their entire NCAA licensed products.
And use code GolfingDads for a discount off of your first order.
That is correct. Sorry,
we're all about the shit. Yeah. So let's backtrack. We'll backtrack here a little bit even farther. Let's start with the glove. What problem were you guys trying to solve when you decided to develop it?
So the golf glove idea came to us a few years ago, and we actually had a product called the Talon that failed miserably. That we had to write off a little bit because we just didn't we didn't like the way it performed. We spent some money on it, but we didn't give up on the idea. The idea behind it was, so we started looking at the receiver gloves that the NFL guys, the receivers play, and they, the stickiness and the tackiness. So I started looking at different fabrics and stuff, and I my business partner was like, okay, that sounds cool. What we didn't realize is that they last forever and that they're machine washable. So that was a kicker. So when we're in Arizona. So when we play golf in the summer here, I can get through a leather glove in like 2-3 rounds and I'll blow it out. Or I put it in my bag and the next time it comes out, it's black, it's nasty, it doesn't feel good. So we started looking for alternative materials and things that could be maybe material, that could be machine washed or things that would last. And so that's why we kind of went into the idea of maybe let's see what the receiver gloves look like. And that's how we started the claw glove. It wasn't something we were trying to disrupt the industry with. It was something where this was a personal thing for us. We've been in the business a while and we're like, let's see if people like it, but I'm not happy with leather gloves. And that's how it came about.
So let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you this from a retailer perspective. I mean, you make a glove that kind of lasts forever. What's that do for your resale?
So that's really funny. When we first launched even the originals or even the claw glove, I started calling local retail shops. Nobody really has interest. It's kind of like the dilemma of if the idea is to get traffic into the door, you want balls or gloves where they're going to burn through them. Nobody wants a glove that lasts 30 rounds. And that's what our claw gloves last. Is our typical wear on a claw glove is 30 rounds and they're machine washable. So I mean, think of it from a retailer's perspective. Do I want somebody coming in every 30 rounds, or do I want somebody coming in every 2 weeks? So I get it. We don't even try to sell retail anymore with them.
So 30 rounds is going to last me about 4 or 5 years, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, and we don't even push that anymore. And that wasn't our plan when we developed them. I didn't expect that this silicone and the fabric we're using was going to last. That wasn't our objective. Our objective was to have something that you can grab out of your golf bag when it's 110 degrees and it feels good. That's how we designed the glove. And it just so happened that the materials we were using happened to be machine washable, and that they also felt good without putting them in a Ziploc bag. And that was just is it a retail sale? Probably not, because we're not trying to sell something into retail that they don't resell. And
yeah,
I mean,
I just want to read a comment really quickly from the Ocala golfer here on Instagram. 30 rounds would be a couple months for Steve. Steve didn't play 30 rounds last year. I can tell you that. I wish. I'm a podcaster. I don't play golf. I'm in the golf industry. We don't play a lot of golf in this.
We don't play a lot of golf.
I don't play golf either. So what's the difference?
Hey, so talking about the gloves and the people that have used them, what feedback have you gotten from golfers that just validate that feedback that you did the right thing?
Yeah, I mean, we've always been kind of a company that says, okay, we're gonna try something that we like, and then we'll throw it out there. We started doing business with, we started doing some advertising and such with the Hackers Paradise, which is similar to like My Golf Spy. They've got a nice forum network. And so when we started the claw glove, we basically pushed it out there and said, what do you like? What do you don't like? And we've got a really nice following there. And guys said, okay, we don't like this. We like this. And then we kind of pushed it from there. So, but again, it wasn't the claw hasn't been a big money maker for us. We don't look at it like, okay, we're going to retire out the claw gloves. That was more of it's a beast that gets a lot of it gets a lot of word of mouth advertising, and people tell their buddies about it when they're buying leather gloves that cost $30 and they blow through them. But retail is not really that's not our advantage there. So really everything that we do, we always push back on our customer base and say, what do you like? What do you don't like? Because we know what we like. But we don't live in all the conditions. We don't put them through all the conditions that the golfers play. And then we get that feedback, and then we revise our products based on it.
I have to tell you that I first heard about you from and when I mention these names, I don't need you to laugh out loud too loud. It's the guys from Big's Golf Talk and Bill Cuevas and Big Jack Quick. And that was the first time I had heard about you guys. And I can't tell you how many times Billy has just raved about you, and Billy's good friend. I know he's a good friend of yours too, and just one of those people that is just a good dude. And he literally can never say enough nice things about your gloves. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, listen, guys, we've been through this. I mean, people don't realize, and we've always been trying to be behind the scenes guys. We have never thought that, I didn't think I was going to be doing podcasts. I didn't think I was going to be doing commercials. I didn't think, we just thought we could build a better mousetrap. And later on, we decided that, okay, listen, we see all these young kids on social media, talking about what they've done and whatever. And I'm like, fine, well, let's show everybody what we've done. Yeah, are we 50 something? Are we, but I think the way we look at the industry is that we still really enjoy designing products. We really enjoy, showing people how we look at things a little bit differently than other manufacturers. And guys like Bill, man, he just hit me up on email too. And I'm like, I'd love to see you. So we've always been a really approachable company. I think people don't realize how much volume we do, which is cool. But we never change it. I still handle customer service emails every day, phone calls. People are like, they're asking who I am. And I'm like, I'm one of the owners of the company. And because I take to heart everything that we do, and we're always trying to perfect everything that we produce.
And I can actually attest to the fact you handle customer service emails, because I emailed you on the customer service line. You emailed me back. So, hey, just a couple of quick comments here. Wink Golfing, what's up, dude? He Caddydaddy in all caps with an exclamation mark. And then our friend Seth Northern, Rod is a legend. Love my RevCore bag, best bag and value in golf. So that comes from our friend Seth. So thank you guys for watching tonight.
So you talked about, Steve and I, Steve's a little bit closer to 50 than I am. I like to, and Greg is the youngin' of the group. I know. 50. So, in a category dominated by major golf brands, you're looking at, influencers and podcasters and everything else, and you have this core group of guys that are out there that have the income and everything out and buy these things. How do you earn trust when you're launching something as personal as a golf glove?
It's pretty cool. As a company that we just try to, just build like I said, we're trying to always improve everything we do. I think what's been really cool is that I didn't realize how much of the influencer type market got immediate feedback and got guys to say, okay, well, Caddydaddy or Claw or RevCore, whatever it is, saying these guys are legit. These guys are upfront in front of their business. They really enjoy what they do. They're always trying to fix things. They're always trying to make the best product, whatever. And so I think Claw gloves when we first launched them, I was blown away by the amount of attention that we got directly. It wasn't a product that we just went, okay, well, this is gonna retire me, right? I mean, fair enough. I'm not gonna sell 100,000 gloves. It was something I was like, let's see what other guys think of this. And when we started getting feedback from guys who saying, sending us pictures like, this has been 2 seasons. I got 100 rounds on this, and they'd send us reviews, and we throw them up on the website. And I was like, this is cool. This is exciting. It was not intentional at all. We did not expect to go down the ambassador road and have all these guys, pushing our stuff. It's just it's organic. And that's what I love about where we're at now, where things that we didn't think we were going to do early on, where we kind of got a lot of crew, pushing our product just based on relationships we made, which is awesome.
So it's like Willie Mays Hayes. I got 100 of these, one for every bag I'm going to steal.
For sure. It's crazy. And listen, I mean, we got young guys pushing our stuff and telling us how cool the stuff is. And I'm like, these 20 somethings, and we got a lot of buddies, and we're doing the PGA show, and these guys are just like, are you going to be there? Are you going to be there? And I'm like, hell yeah, we're going to be there. Show up. I've always been excited about the golf business. Obviously, you're talking to me, but I mean, we're regenerated, and I'm excited for the next steps of our business.
I have to say that was the first Willie Mays Hayes reference on this podcast, and we are almost starting season 4 of this. So
yeah,
Dave, well done, Dave, well done. When you and you guys again in your travel bags. And I do want to ask a question before we get into the golf bags themselves about the travel bags. What is your number one focus when designing a travel bag? Because I can't tell you, I mean, if I were to pull my bag out, and I won't tell you who I carry right now that I've had for 9 years and it's on its last leg. It gets, obviously there's some wear and tear on it. I don't travel an awful lot with my golf bags. I've traveled a little more recently, but what's the most important thing when you guys design a travel bag?
Well, I think, so we've been making travel bags for 20 plus years. I think what we learned pretty early on is that you can make a product much better if you spend a little more on fabric and materials. I think the other big thing that we realized is a few years ago, we were like, okay, well, we will always warranty a bag at least within the first year if the airlines just take an X-Acto knife to it. Because if you're in the business of travel bags for 20 plus years, you see stuff that you couldn't even imagine. And most of our competitors will say, okay, listen, it didn't come off the rack like that. That happened because somebody wasn't treating it well. And early on, we were like, okay, we can either fight this from a customer service perspective, or we can say, you know what, we'll just handle it. And so, it's probably a decade ago, but we started advertising. Most of our bags are a 1-year warranty. And that means it doesn't matter what the baggage handlers do to it. We will replace it. Our first class, which is our top of the line, that's a 2-year. And people, they've never seen that before, because if you go to a manufacturer and want to replace something, they're never going to do that for you. They're going to claim that it's somebody else's responsibility. And the airlines won't cover anything as far as travel, especially with soft travel covers. So that's one thing we did. But it's always been just materials, hardware, the ease of use. And, we have the same suppliers who've been using for 20 plus years. So we do things right. We support all our brands. And that's all I can say as far as, support. Hopefully you never have a problem with the airlines, but if you do buy one of ours, we support it.
Awesome.
So before Steve gets into this, okay, go ahead, Steve.
This segment is brought to you by Bridgestone Golf and the Mindset Technology, designed to help you focus on the shot, not the swing. With simple cues like visualize, focus, and react, you'll swing freer and play more confident golf. Change your mindset with Bridgestone, the official golf ball of the golfing dads.
So I'm one of my buddies here in town is watching the show here tonight, and he just sent me this picture as his travel bag. He says it's seen better days, but that is one of yours.
Is it? All
right. That's a Caddydaddy, yeah.
How
he says it's seen better days.
But is it did he email us with his warranty? I feel like he's hijacking this whole episode now.
Yeah.
Is that I really quick, Dave, is that Donnelly?
It's Donnelly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's hijacking. He's trying to hijack. It's all right.
He's hijacking the show.
If it was destroyed by the airlines within the first year, we will replace it free of charge with nothing.
No, he's had that for a while.
You can't bring up old travel bags on this episode. That's not fair.
No, yeah. But he's just a longtime fan of your product.
Oh.
We like that.
Yeah.
So
my dogs now are howling in the background because they're so upset.
I'm glad mine are behaving, so I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. So But let's try and get this show back on the right track here. Thanks, Donnelly. Hijack the show. Golf there, and there's his comment, Steve. 10 years.
10 years. 10 years.
10 years.
God bless him now. I thought he was trying to go.
Yeah.
Hey, Donnelly,
it's a 10-year-old bag.
I've gotten 9 out of mine, and I think mine's about to go to pasture.
Yeah.
So,
But so as we see, golf bags and everything here, a lot of golf bags look similar at first glance. What details should golfers pay attention with the RevCore bag?
So I think so. We're launching updates to our whole line at the PGA Show. We have found a material that is unbelievable. I've researched and I've tested all sorts of synthetic leather. If people don't, they're not used to, nylon bags. We produce those many years. The new synthetic leather is pretty amazing, but the stuff we're using now is it's a whole different animal. It's basically flame proof, scratch proof. It looks brand new. I've been playing with our cart bag with this fabric. We're calling it Scratch Card. That's our trademark on it. It's crazy soft. It wipes off. And it won't. I mean, the biggest problem with synthetic leather with a lot of manufacturers is after a while, especially like cart straps and stuff, it will scratch a little bit. It'll scuff, or it will. It'll change color. It just won't look like it was when you bought it off the shelf. The new fabric we're using on the bags we're launching at the PGA Show won't do any of that. And I haven't seen any from any other major manufacturer. And I think it's so crazy good that I think it's going to change the industry. And I don't know how many will absorb it because I think it's really expensive. It's not cheap. A lot of companies don't want to use it. But I think if you put our bag against anything on the market after the PGA Show, and even maybe now, you're going to want one of our bags. It's that good. And I'm not shooting my own stuff or whatever, but if you look at our new golf bags and the fabric and the materials we're using, especially with all the metal hardware we're using, it's pretty well indestructible as far as compared to other brands.
Hey, Rod, I want to read a couple questions or a couple comments here. And the first one I want to read is from our friend, the Ocala golfer. And it is, I need the Navy Caddydaddy stand bag in my life ASAP. And then he also followed that up with, I can't wait to see the new bags at the PGA Show. So super excited. I think you guys are going to get, every year we talk about brands, and this year is going to be a little, I don't know if you've seen the show floor map at the PGA Show, but they've got brands that are going to be out in the hallway because the show floor is full. So it is going to be crazy, but I think you guys are going to make a statement, and I'm going to say that. We're going to get to the PGA Show here in a minute. But Dave, why don't you go with your next question, and we'll continue on.
So, you're talking about this material. What's the one feature in your bags that golfers won't appreciate until they've used it for a few rounds now?
I think it's just the comfort level. So, like with our stand bags, we include a single and a double strap. With our hybrid stand bags, everything's just really easy to use. Our zippers, people like on our golf bags, they see our zippers and they're like, what is that? Because we use such high end. We use like number 9 zippers with people that don't build bags, don't really understand what that is. But we use components that we want to last you 5-10 years. So your buddy's like, what is that, your same bag? Everything we've done since day one is durability. And that's what we still are when we look at designing even our new bags. Metal is more expensive. It adds weight. everything we do component wise is more expensive than what our competitors do. We do it because we want people to have a word of mouth advertising rather than to spend money on advertising is a hell of a lot cheaper. And so where we've been successful is the people that represent our bags or our products tell their buddies. And so we've always built products the way we want them to perform. And that's what we still do. So I think as far as the hardware, materials, the inclusion, the benefits, the features, people look at our bags. They may not know our brand yet, but if you look at them apple to apple, there's no comparison.
Now, Steve can attest to this. I am somebody that is severely destroyed several bags. There's photos of me tossing bags into the dumpster as they fell out. My clubs fell out in the parking lot of a golf course. And I had to go get a new bag. So, Rod, challenge accepted.
Really quickly, upgrade your tee game with the new Cobra DS Adapt driver, fully adjustable, crazy fast, and built to dial in your perfect ball flight. Take control with the Cobra DS Adapt. Visit Cobra Golf today.
Love our Cobra DS Adapt.
Rod, you were at the PGA Show 10 plus years ago as an exhibitor, and you're coming back this year for the first time in quite a long time, which is crazy to think that it's been that long for a brand that you guys have created the things that you've had. What do you, in returning to the PGA Show, why is this year the right time to come back for you guys?
Yeah, that's actually a great question. So as a travel bag vendor and an accessory vendor, there's a few off-course retailers. That's basically been our focus for years, that are at the show. So that doesn't really make too much sense as far as a spend. When the RevCore line hit, and now seeing what we're already doing with retail with PGA Tour Superstores, we've got some bags going in Shields. That's a whole different animal for us. We're retail focused with the RevCore brand. I think we're going to get a ton of eyeballs there. I think we're going to see a lot of green grass. So to be honest with you, RevCore reinvented our company. And as soon as we launched it, and as soon as people started seeing what we're producing compared to like some of the other brands out there and the quality and the price points, I think that's what pushed us to say, okay, we're not going to be an online shop. We're not going to be an Amazon shop. We're not going to do all this with travel bags. We're going to see footprint in retail. And so that's what pushed us to do the PGA Show. And I'm excited, man. The new bags are super crazy good, sick, as the kids would say. And I'm excited to show everybody what they look like.
Hey, really quickly, Seth Northern, our friend, it's simple stuff that you wouldn't think of. Zipper pulls, towel rings, they look and feel better and they last. And then Matt Gessner, Matt is actually, and I want to say congratulations to Matt. Matt is actually taking a job as an assistant at a course in Virginia. So congratulations to Matt. He's one of our followers. I need a RevCore deep gray hybrid bag. I'm going to sell this to our new boss in Virginia. And I won't mention the other brand that he says here, but looks so much better than this other brand. I'll just leave the other brand alone. So sorry about that. I needed to get those out there. So
yeah, but Rod, I'm sure you visited the PGA Show since the last time you were there as an exhibitor. What's changed most about your brand since the last time you were there representing, the company?
I don't know that we've made too many changes. I think the industry's changed quite a bit. I think it's, obviously gotten a lot more hip. I think the influencer stream is a whole different animal. I think social media is a whole different animal. I mean, I remember, okay, now I'm gonna dial this back, and you stop me when you want to. But I remember calling on shops where they didn't have computers at the golf shops. they had, they were filling orders on clipboards. So that's how old we are. But I think it's exciting because I think, some guys that have been in this business for a very long time and have had some success, we can bring another animal to everything that's cool and hip. We can build products that people are going to be like, wow, that's cool. We can bring products that are like, they know how to make this product that much better. It lasts forever. And I think some of the as far as what we're doing now is like these small windows as far as product. And I think that's not really what we're doing. We're trying to produce a product where people are like, they want to own it, and then they want to give it to their kids. And I think that's exciting for me. I want a bag where people are proud of it. And that's the best way to market. They see one of our bags and they're blown away. We don't advertise being cheap. We advertise being the best bag that's on the market. And once people see it, I think that's what we do.
So let me ask you this, and I think I know the answer to this based on what you've already talked about. What are you most excited to showcase this year?
Oh, it's definitely RevCore. And I think we're not the lightest bag on the market. We are not the easiest bag to maybe pull a shoulder strap off of. We're not a bag that maybe has the branding you may want right out the gate. But I think if you look apples to apples and you see what we're producing at the show, I'm excited, man. There's going to be a lot of people looking at our bags going, wow, who's this? And that's what I want. I'm a 50-50 owner of this business, and, we've done this for a very long time, and we're passionate about it. And we still get excited about, making the best product at the best price. And that's what we're all about.
So when you go there and, we've discussed, you used to, call on, people before the days of computers and, sales shops and POSs and influencers and, two guys sitting here doing a podcast with you tonight. How important is face-to-face time with retailers and golf industry professionals compared to just the digital and online world?
Well, I think we're making a big change. So we embraced Amazon early on. We embraced the D2C early on. When we made a big pivot into the high-end golf bag segment, and we started seeing the reaction, that prompted us through the PGA Show, to be 100% honest with you. So what we did is we went from a travel bag accessory play, selling direct, to being, okay, well, we see that people want to see our brand in-house. They want to be able to touch it, feel it, and buy it. And so when we saw that big push with the RevCore line, we're like, okay, we got to do the PGA Show again. All the competitors in that segment are there. Let's spend some money and get there, and then let's show off what we can do.
Oh, that's awesome. Rob, before we let you go tonight, I want to make sure two things really quickly. One, where are you going to be at the show? And two, where can people find you to order products?
Yeah, for sure. If you're at the PGA Show, we have a booth. It's 2348.
Okay.
Most of our products are available online. We've got some resellers online, as well as PGA Tour Superstores carries not only our stand bags but our cart bags. Shield's got some cart bags. I expect our footprint to change quite a bit when we launch the new models. And you can also find, I think we're drop shipping with Worldwide Golf too, but you shouldn't, if you Google search us, you'll find us.
Awesome. No, that's awesome. Rod, I will, we've got a busy Wednesday morning. I can tell you that. I literally had an email today that we are really busy Wednesday morning, but either Wednesday afternoon or Thursday morning, I will be by your booth to have a conversation And I know we've talked on the phone, we've talked on here, and it'll be nice to meet you face to face. So I'm looking forward to that. But thank you for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it. This was awesome. And I do want to, before you leave,
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Rod. Thanks, Matt, for this. Thanks, Rod, for giving the golf industry a really good quality bag. So really appreciate you joining us tonight. And can't wait to see you. And I mean, demo days 2 weeks from today. So it's crazy to think that. And but
we're hoping for good weather.
It'll be a blast, Steve. Thanks for having me on, man. Stop by the booth. I can't wait to show you the new stuff. It's
I'm excited about it. So
incredible.
I'll be thinking about you on out chasing around a tiny.
I'm not on the show drinking, telling you about things that aren't happening. Our new bags are incredible, and I promise
I can't wait.
You're gonna see them, and you're gonna be like, all you're gonna want to do is talk about them.
No, that's awesome. Yep. So, well, thank you, sir, for joining us tonight. We will be. I will see you in a couple weeks. I can't wait for 2 weeks from now. Like, that was so cool.
I mean, I know. Like, I saw your travel bag at French Lick. You know what travel bag I carry. It's the same as the golf clubs that I play right now.
Yep.
I've seen their travel bags before. I remember when, years ago, when they're out on the industry. It's a travel bag that I would love to have for myself, because I just think, as the person that hijacked our show tonight, that he's got one, he loves it.
Yeah, thanks, Don.
I just think they're one of the best that are out there. So
that was awesome. So, hey, Dave, before we continue on, dial in every shot with Nikon rangefinders. Fast, crystal clear, and deadly accurate, so you know the number every time. Elevate your game with Nikon precision. So, Dave, as we continue tonight, there was a lot.
Official rangefinder of the LPA and the Golf and Dad's Tavern.
That is true. There was a lot that happened in the golf industry, and I know that when I threw this out today, I definitely wanted to we talked about the fact that we were going to talk about what our thoughts were going to be going into the 2026 season on the PGA Tour. So I want to quickly go through, and I want to make some predictions really quickly with you.
We still got next week for that if we don't get to it tonight.
We do. I'm going to make this quick, and then we've got two huge topics after that.
You know what returns officially next week?
PGA
Odds
Tour
with
golf.
Dave.
It does.
Odds with Dave officially comes back.
We might have some changes, but yeah, we'll go from there. So Dave, I want to go down the Masters list. I want to go to the majors list, and I want your picks now today for the four majors. So let's start with the Masters. Who you picking?
Scotty.
Okay, I'm going to take a wild card here because I want to see it happen, and I want the news story as to what happens after it, and I'm taking Brooks Koepka.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
And I'm taking Brooks because I want to know what happens when he wins. PGA Championship.
I thought about this, and I've kind of waffled back and forth about this. I'm going out on a limb here. Colin Morikawa.
Who was just put an article as the most overrated player on the PGA Tour with 2 majors. Find that hard to believe that you could say he's overrated. I'm going to go on a limb and take a guy who's also got 2 majors. He has 2 PGAs, and I'm going to say Justin Thomas.
I don't know how he's going to come back from injury yet.
Again, I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that. But I feel like U.S. Open.
Bryson.
Ooh, that's a hot take right there. Hold on.
Lost you.
My camera just shut off.
Oh, lucky you. Did you charge it?
There. It's charged.
I can hear you.
It's
okay.
It's plugged in.
Okay. Well.
Yep.
There we
are.
Yep.
There we are.
Joys, the joys of live television. All right. So yeah,
I'm going to take
U.S. Open, Bryson.
I'm going to take Scotty to win the career Grand Slam.
Ooh.
Yes.
I thought you were to say Sepp Straka there for a second.
No, I wasn't. No, I'm taking Scotty to win the career Grand Slam.
Okay.
Open Championship.
Chris Gotterup.
Ooh, I like that pick. I'm going to take one that's probably going to surprise a lot of people. Jordan Spieth.
I have Jordan Spieth as my comeback player of the year this year.
I'm not arguing that's not a bad player. That's not a bad pick. Who do you have a player of the year this year?
Player of the year this year, it's a toss-up because it really depends on, who wins what and what they're doing and everything else. I'm going to go with Ludwig.
Without a major. Wow, that's a hot take. That is a hot take. I'm taking Scotty to win his third player of the year in a row. One last pick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who are you taking in the President's Cup?
As far as players, or who's going to win the President's Cup?
Who's going to win it?
Oh, we are.
Okay, all right. I think we are in a close one. So,
yeah. Who? I got one more for you because I looked at this one as well too. I don't know if you did. Who's your rookie of the year?
Michael Brennan.
I'm going Neil Shipley.
Not a bad pick. Michael Brennan's already won. He won in the fall series, and I'm taking Michael Brennan because the dude might be the dude that actually challenges Scotty because the dude hits it 320 easy, like it's nothing. So
yep. I saw that too, but I like Shipley, and I think that's okay.
I'm okay with that. I think Neil's going to be a great PGA Tour player. I do. I think he's going to be awesome with the PGA Tour. I'm going to step away from the PGA Tour right now,
and we're going to go to the other one.
We're going to go to that other tour.
Yeah.
Liv announced today that Thomas Dietrich signed with them, and so did Elvis Smiley. Did the hair on the back of your neck stand up or no?
What?
Okay. All right. Thomas Dietrich, again, he won Phoenix last year. He won the Phoenix Open last year. He won on the Super Bowl last year, on Super Bowl Sunday. 32 years old. His only win, decent signing. I'll be honest with you, I
tell you what, it's more about they're getting right now. People are they're getting a guaranteed payday for whatever it is. Yeah. It may be slightly more than what they're capable of winning on the PGA, depending on what events they're playing, elevated events, who's showing up what week. And again, it's the PGA Tour has become a grind of, can you place in the top 10 of an elevated event when all the focus is on the likes of, JT and Scotty and Rory and and those guys that are there, constantly, week in and week out, or do you play the grind and are out there and playing, nothing against it, but it's just the first one that comes to my mind, the Rocket Mortgage Classic, when a lot of these guys aren't showing up at that, and you're battling, out with guys more in that 25 to 50 or 50 plus, ranking range. So there's nothing to get, for the two of us and Greg, sitting here, we love watching those events because it is the essence of golf, and those guys are out there, competing and loving the game that, we all sit here and talk about and play. But
I will say this. I think the Elvis Smiley signing is a bigger signing for them. He won the Australian PGA this year. He's young Australian. I actually think he's a bigger signing than Thomas Dietrich. I do think the bigger news that came out on Live today was that Akshay said no.
Right. Which,
and we still don't know.
More power to Akshay.
So yeah, I mean, he just got married. He's got a wife to pay for now that he's married. So
yeah. But Akshay is one of those. He's
won twice
a
on the
top
PGA
15
Tour.
player. He's getting paid.
Top 25 player, but yeah, he's getting paid. I'm still surprised that Akshay doesn't have, although
contacts.
He's kind of social. Well, there's that. He's kind of socially awkward, having been around him.
Yeah, that's a drink.
And where's Bradley? Where's Bradley? That's a drink. I think the thing with Akshay is, I just think he's a better fit for the PGA Tour than he is for that live team game.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to see, because we have heard Siwoo and Sungjae's name thrown around a lot. Like, they said no, then they were back in negotiations. I'm intrigued to see where that lands, because there's also this thing with Kevin Na that he is not following the Ironheads or Live anymore on social media. So what's going on there? But I think I don't know. I think on that one, where there's smoke, there's no fire.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that broke today, Dave, that I want to talk about that I think is huge news, and
I think it's huge.
I think if any, I think this is great news going forward. I don't think it's going to draw, and I think this is where this is going to struggle. But I think this is where there's some potential on a lot of things. TGL announced today that they are going to have a LPGA Tour, a women's golf tour on TGL, and I'm going to assume that based on the announcement today, that means that Nellie's bought in. I think Lexi is probably bought in and is going to play in TGL. I think Annika, and it's funny, I can go back a year ago and I had a conversation with Annika when I caddied at the LPGA tournament. And one of the conversations that we had was about TGL. And I said, what's your opinion? And she said, I think they need to get a women's they need to get a women's game involved. And I think this is huge for them. And I would like this. Here's my take, and I'm going to say this. Someone who is near and dear to your heart from where you live, Caitlin Clark needs to be a team owner or a partial owner of the team.
Yeah, I think with just everything that is there, I think it is a new for her and everything else to be involved. Now, I would like to come out of this with, TJ now, and we've talked about it before, and I'm buffering here.
You are buffering. Yes, you are.
Yes. What I'd like to see, and we've talked about this as a live event, they make it happen in TGL. Doubles event.
Oh, I 100% think that is going to happen. I think we see I think that we see something happen there with the PGA Tour and with the LPGA Tour and a TGL event, and I think that is going to be amazing for golf, and I can't wait to tune in. So that's my 2 cents. So, Dave, great show tonight.
Yeah.
I know that I won't see you.
PGL, not the ruin thing. We're number 3 for this week. So it's still they need to throw, but that's just me.
All right. Well, Dave, thank you, and hope everybody enjoyed tonight, and look forward to next week. We're gonna have a really good show next week, and then PGA Show week. So hope everybody tunes in, and we can't wait to see you at the PGA Show if you're gonna be there.
Cheers.
I'm really fortunate, man. I have an opportunity to build something that's
And remember, folks, use code GolfingDads to get 15% off your order at Desert Fox Golf. Also use code GolfingDads to get 15% off your order at golfish.com. Use code GolfingDads to get 20% off your order at Jacket Sunscreen. And use the Golfing Dads Tavern to get 5% off your order at FlightScope.